Hotel and Restaurant Association will be hosting a free webinar for the community at large, their Tourism Town Hall Forum, in which they will cover a variety of topics. Mary Rhodes is the president of the GHRA, of course, a good friend of our program, and Josh Tikenko makes another appearance here on the link representing GVB. And Mary and Josh, good morning. And I know you guys are gearing up for this. It's supposed to be a very, very big webinar. I'm assuming it's going to cover a variety of topics impacting predominantly the island's private sector. So what have you guys got for us this morning?
Thank you so much, Jason, for having us here today. I'm excited to present this with Josh at GVB, and I know that we've been working on a couple of projects over this last year, and we're finally able to share with this Tourism Town Hall Forum a vaccination clinic that we've are working with Department of Public Health and Social Services and the Governor's Reopening Task Force. So it's really all part of this larger effort for the reopening of tourism. And we really hope everybody logs on. We have it available through GVB's Facebook live stream today, as well as the Zoom link that we've provided. I know KUAM will be providing the live stream as well. And then you also have it on demand at both GVB, GHRA's website, as well as our YouTube channel and Facebook pages.
Yep, very nice. And for those of you who would like to join, again, I was asking Mary earlier in WhatsApp, and I said, is this just for people in a particular sub-segment of the private sector? And she goes, no, it's for the community at large. Certainly information that everybody would want to consider, take advantage of, and basically bring back to their employers. So everybody is welcome. It's a webinar, and it is on Zoom, and you can find the link right now in our comment stream. Josh, good morning to you, good sir.
Hey, good morning. Good morning to everyone at the KUAM family. Yeah, we're really excited to be partnering with GHRA for this town hall. We're going to have our panelists that will be speaking. We have 3 doctors that will be answering a lot of the questions from different people within the industry that have their own questions about getting vaccinated and what are the side effects. I'm healthy, but what should I get the vaccine anyway? Other questions that they've had and maybe they're not so comfortable getting the vaccine just yet. So hopefully with our panel, we have Dr. Nguyen, Dr. Rob, and then Dr. Cabrera that will be answering questions. And we'll also be hearing from Mary and then also messages from former Governor Gutierrez and of course, Governor Lulian Guerrero.
I had a question. GVB, GHRA, a couple of weeks ago, you guys conducted a survey amongst members and non-members regarding their willingness, I guess, to get the vaccine, as well as some other questions. What was the feedback you received?
We had a lot of really great feedback on the employee census data, especially from our main stakeholders with the hotels, the restaurants, also, all of our airline partners, the vendors at the airport, even all the concessionaires who have retail outlets within hotels and the airport. And so we've provided that data to Department of Public Health and Social Services together with the Guard and Homeland Security so that we can secure the vaccines. Part of the efforts with the reopening task force, they have different work streams. And one of them, the initial project was really seeing how much can we reserve, knowing that the community outreach, we have that going at UOG. And that doesn't mean tourism employees that they can't go to UOG. They can definitely go to UOG today. They've always been eligible. Now that the governor and their vaccination committee lowered the number down to 16, everybody should go out to the community location at UOG where the Guard is running that. And I know that they did one at GW for the students. Our goal was to ensure that we were able to get work site vaccinations, because this is one of the strategies with the CDC, knowing that we have different other facilities available to us, like the hotels, where we can really target certain work groups that we already know have remained open during the pandemic. And, they might have, might be easy. It's a lot more convenient and a lot easier to get the vaccines while you're at work on duty. And then also if you have transportation issues. So we're working with all of the members as well as non-members. You guys helped us share out to the community to try to get this data. So we've been able to work with the vaccination committee to secure a certain amount in March, as well as the April allocation. They're still deciding on that number, but we did a pilot last Friday. We were able to get 210 people in about an hour at a hotel. And so we're excited because, that was proof of concept that we can do this. And we really appreciate working with the reopening task force and the vaccination committee with public health to get this allocation given to the tourism employees while at work.
Mary, I got a quick question. Would you know just off the top of your head, just like a ballpark figure now that the eligibility requirements for vaccination has been lowered to 16 and above, as you just mentioned, about what percentage of Guam's workforce in the hotel and restaurant associations, like how many people roughly do you think that impacts? Because there's so many Guamanians, their first job is, being a busboy at a particular restaurant, or being front desk staff at a hotel, and of course it's a thing of pride. So how many people
Right.
does that potentially affect?
Well, remember, pre-COVID, we had almost 20,000 employees. During this time right now, we were able to put in a request initially for 10,000. Initial ask was 5,000, and then we upped it to 10,000 because we not only want to get the active employees who are currently working, we also want to consider the furloughed employees, knowing that once we reopen with tourism, that we are going to be rehiring these employees, and we need to make sure that they're fully vaccinated before they come back. So we were very considerate of furloughed as well as non-furloughed employees while they're remaining active, so that we give everybody a chance of getting vaccinated at a work site.
Okay. And Josh, I know, and Josh and Mary, you guys can jump in as you see fit for this one, but this is the latest in a series of informational sessions geared towards the community. There have been some in the past. I know, Mary, you and Dr. Ho and Wen with the American Medical Center had that big presentation you made on the proposed strategy for private sector vaccinations, and there's also been a similar forum for the island's human resources professionals. For people that are interested in this one today, what type of information will they be able to take away if they've attended one or more of these already?
I'm hoping that when they attend this town hall forum, they walk away or they take away the information that's provided to them and have some confidence in getting vaccinated. I know that we have an aggressive goal to get 50% of our island vaccinated by May 1st. And hopefully those protocols with quarantine and just everything that we've been doing with social distancing and occupancy with different spaces will be eased back a little bit. But I think Guam's been doing a great job, but there's still a lot of people out there that aren't comfortable. And I think that's okay to feel not comfortable in getting the vaccine because it's their bodies, right? So I think the opportunity to talk to physicians today and ask the necessary questions that they feel comfortable enough to get the vaccine is critical. It's very important because we're doing this to protect each other and our families.
Yeah, I think that, last week we had our membership meetings, both hotel and restaurants, and we already shared our toolkits that we downloaded from the CDC website. So we've already provided all the supplemental materials to our employer groups to start educating the employees. Today's forum is really about engaging, educating, and like Josh said, really getting the Q&As out there from a medical perspective so that employees feel more comfortable. So when we announce additional vaccine clinics on site at a hotel or another given facility, depending on which ones we choose, that they are able to at least address their concerns and allay their concerns in the meantime. So we've been asking our HR professionals in all sectors to start reaching out. And the employee census data was to secure the vaccines specifically for the industry. And so this is really a communications tool that is not only available live stream today, but also will be available on demand. So HR professionals can use this at the work site to start educating employees. And we hope that it's not, it's everybody in the industry, hotels, restaurants, airlines, retail, transportation. We would like for everybody to access this video and share it with all of their employees during employee briefings, during their messaging, payroll stuffers. There are some handouts like even even FAQs for employees. And so there are a lot of things available that we're hoping that they will use to engage and educate the employees so that we can reach 100% of vaccinations for employees. Something interesting that we learned during the employee census was, depending on which company, the range was between 60 to 85% of how many employees would be interested in getting vaccine. So to Josh's earlier point, there's still, 15 to 40% of people who are still unsure if they're going to get it. So we're hoping that the doctors we have here, and I would really like to recognize Colonel Cruz and his team with the Army National Guard and Lieutenant St. Nicholas, they've provided the resources today to get access to these doctors so that we can have them readily available to answer these questions.
Okay, and once again, for those of you watching right now, the GVB and GHRA Tourism Town Hall Forum happens at 10 a.m. sharp. It's a Zoom webinar, so that means we put the link in our comment stream. Scroll up a little bit if you just joined us right now, and you have to register for it, meaning that, just give your name and your email address, and they'll send you back the link so that you and your entire team can watch it. Very, very cool thing. Mary, I did want to ask something really quick, because you have been an advocate for, for employee rights and for, opportunities within the industries which you cover. When Governor Leon Guerra said the other day, when she had her big presentation in her press conference, that GovGuam is going to have, I believe, up to 3 hours of consideration when public sector staffers go and get vaccinated, and she's also encouraging the private sector to make similar considerations. How are you, as the president of GHRA, kind of encouraging the membership to make similar considerations?
Yeah, again, it's an employer decision, but we always encourage everybody, whether it's getting vaccinated at work. A lot of them, they get these. This is for free, by the way, the vaccinations. We're not, nobody's charging for this. So a lot of times employers do pay for their employees to go get their work vaccines if it's while on duty. And so that's the whole point of bringing it on site, is so that we can help improve productivity, make it efficient, convenient, and employers can send them down either as a group through their shuttle services or transportation that they have on site at their businesses, so that it's much easier for employees to get vaccinated. And just so you know, we were able to get employees in and out within 10 to 15 minutes because it's by appointment slots. And so we plan to register them in bulk by employer group, so that it's a lot more efficient when they get down to the worksite vaccination clinic.
Well, it seems like the unofficial theme for this morning's presentation will be efficiency, and we appreciate both the GHRA and GVB for shining light on it. We know you guys got about 24 minutes, so we're going to let you guys go and catch your breath and get ready for the 10 a.m. webinar.
Thank you so much, Chris, Sabrina, and Jason.
Take care.
Right. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you in a bit. Okay, that's again, GVB and GHRA are holding that webinar. It's going to be free for the community, regardless of which. You can be public sector, private sector, contractor, even military. So please make sure to check us out in our comment stream and register for that, because you just have to give your name and email address. Once again, it's a Zoom webinar. So once you do register for that, they'll send you back